Alright, here we are. Just wanted to do a quick pig update. Here are the two pigs, about 17 weeks old now. Just switched their food from a what they call a grower feed to a finisher feed. I'm not sure they're liking it very much. They're you know, that you get used to one thing and now they're on something different. So, but you can see here they've got a big pile of produce, some celery. Doesn't seem like they really like celery, but a lot of eggshells, and they usually just chow down on just about everything. But they do pick through it. They don't eat a lot of citrus, so oranges, lemons, limes, and they don't eat any onions. So weighed them this last week, and well, actually didn't weigh them, but got their weight by measuring around their girth up by their front legs, and then measured them from the back of their right around where their ears are to where their tail starts, and came up with a weight of about 119 pounds. So they're about halfway through their life cycle, and learning a lot about them, and hopefully get them to keep eating and keep growing fat. That's kind of the process. So they're eating in there now. We have them using this box so their food stays somewhat dry. And then they've got a big pasture to roam. They have turned up some of it, but not a lot of it. I think I'm going to mow the pasture and see if that'll get them a little more active into some other parts, because we really were hoping they would till this up a little bit more. They do have, you can kind of see it over there, a little wallow that they've created. Pretty fascinating. It's very deep, but not very big, so they do climb in there, and it fills right up when it rains, and then as hot days come we'll have the hose out here filling it up too. So yeah, it's been a fun process, and everything seems to be going really well so far. Once we got them trained on the electric fence, they've stayed right in it, and we've had no problems with them getting out or anything like that. So the other item that that we put together here on the homestead that I never really had a chance to talk a lot about is our chicken tractor. We did it in kind of a hurry, so I didn't have much time. I did take some pictures that we posted on the Facebook page, but I didn't have a lot of time to really videotape the process because our ducks were growing so fast. We had 8 meat ducks that were growing so fast that I was having a hard time keeping up with them. So we put together this chicken tractor, which worked really, really good for the ducks. We moved them. We had to move them just about every day, and they seemed to really enjoy the pasture they were on, as well as the supplemental feed. And then we had an automatic waterer that we bought and put in there too. So let me just walk you through kind of what the chicken tractor's like and how we put it together. Right now we have our runner ducks in there, 2 khaki Campbell ducks, and our 1 lone surviving turkey that's in there right now too. So I'll show you around. Okay, so here is the chicken tractor. The front, maybe third to quarter, we have open, protected with chicken wire. You can see our turkey in there. And then the back half we covered with a tarp. Now, I was debating whether to go with metal roofing material. I'm glad I went with tarp, because even with the tarp it's pretty dang heavy. So we've got the back and sides completely covered. I also have chicken wire underneath the tarp because I didn't quite trust the tarp to keep out the predators. We do have a lot of raccoons around here, so that was kind of my biggest concern. There you can see the runner ducks in there, and then our 1 turkey. We've actually lost 3 turkeys to completely random illness. We're not really sure exactly what it is, but we're losing them. So we've got 1 hanging on, and hopefully he can survive to his butcher date. So we've got an automatic water in there, which is really, really slick because the birds go through a ton of water. And so that's just hooked right up to the hose, and as it empties, it refills. It's been really, really nice. I also have just a standard trough feeder in there, and that we just fill that probably maybe once a day. Now with these These birds, it's not quite that. With the meat birds, we were filling it twice, 3 times a day sometimes. And then once in a few days we'll switch, actually probably a few weeks now, as we get late summer into fall, we're going to put some meat chickens in here. So we're planning to have, I think we can do 25 meat chickens in this size chicken tractor, and then we'll have those run for 8 weeks. I have a little dolly here on the front of it, and so I just lift up the front end. The feed trough sits on the front of the dolly too, and that's how I move it. I just lift up that front end and roll it along. Like I said, we were moving it once a day. We're probably moving it once every 2 or 3 days now with less birds in there. They move through things a little more slowly. So haven't quite finished the roof. Right now I just have the lid. I just have a piece of plywood there, but sometime when I get a few hours I'll finish up and put a decent roof covering on it as well. So that's the chicken tractor. So far so good. We haven't had any predator problems. It's been very good. I do have a double layer of chicken wire across most of it. So far it's kept them out. We have had, seems like, some interested predators because the fences were pushed in a couple times. So that was unique. But other than that, we've done pretty good. So that's the chicken tractor.